Hey everyone, here for another stream on building an AI voice caller thing. I mean, it's meant to be kind of like a personal assistant, and really the sort of high level goal here is um, you want to be able to give an AI a number and some sort of goal or purpose, and then have it call the number and achieve whatever it is you want. And this could be one number, this could be a bunch of numbers. If you're trying to say, do research on pricing for a particular whatever product or service, or for example, in my case, I was trying to get like a customs clearing company to help with clearing a shipment that I'm getting from China. And so there's a website where, there are literally like 500 different numbers listed. And so just copy pasting the entire list of numbers into the tool and telling it, hey, I want you to figure out like what the price might be or the process. And that's an example that we demonstrated last time using just a simple curl call to the VAPI API. And now in this video, hopefully, by the end of the video, we'd have a UI through which a user can enter the numbers, provide the prompt, and then see progress on the AI just calling all of these different numbers, and then just seeing the end result, like a summary of the end result, um, somewhere in the UI as well as like an estimate for the cost. So that's really sort of the high level goal that I'm trying to get at today. And let's see how far we get. So first off, I just want to make sure that audio is okay. Um, Let me take a look. All right, so sound, yeah, should be fine. I don't think we're gonna have any issues here. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so where'd we get to last time? So last time we came up with like a simple curl request that we could use to place calls to any number. So we give it the number. We'd already set up an agent in VAPI. Um, Let me just make this a little bit smaller. I feel like it's too big. And then move this out here. All right. Cool. So I made a bunch of calls, and this was again just sort of based on the list that I had. Some of these failed with like Twilio connection failed, which was weird. Um, a bunch of them didn't answer, and I assume it's because I'm using a US number. I still haven't figured out like how to get this working with a local number. Local being Bahrain. That's where I'm based. Anyway, cool. So we'd already set up the assistant. We'd given the assistant like some details about like the task, and then we'd also, I think there were functions. Where was it? Advanced. Hmm. They have a lot of options, Fappy. Super interesting, like a lot of options. Um, okay, cool. Anyway, I tweaked with this, and then I was able to get the latency down. I think this was mainly like 11. This model that we use directly affects like the latency on responses. So um, this worked pretty well. Like I didn't have any issues. I'm using this voice. It sounds like a Russian lady, which I guess is okay. Um, yeah. So let me actually just show you a demo, just so you get a feel for what it looks like. Hello?
Hi, my name is Tambi. Do you help with customs clearing of personal
Yeah,
items?
actually, we don't do personal items. We only work with companies.
I see, but I need help with importing personal items. I have two swimming pool heaters
Yeah,
coming
look,
from.
lady, we don't
Hel-
do personal items. We only do corporate stuff.
Okay, thank you. I got your number from Bahrain at BH.
All right. Has a tendency to just talk way too much, but probably something that we can tweak or mess around with the prompt just to get it to like shut up when there's no point continuing. But anyway, it works pretty decently. Like the sample recordings that I listened to were okay as well. Like we were able to get useful answers. So yeah, I think it's worthwhile to continue. So next step, we need to build the UI around this sort of um, core piece, which is, let me see. Um, so basically, what I'm trying to do is let's open up Windsurf. So yeah, I think I can show you this. So this is the core API request that we're making, that we're going to be building the UI around. And yeah, I mean, you just provide it with a number and then the API key that you have from VAPI, the assistant ID, and the phone number ID. This is I configured the phone number through the dashboard, so I just copy pasted the phone number ID there. I think it's fine if we use the same one. I actually checked and saw that it's possible to have multiple outgoing calls using the same phone number at the same time. So this won't be an issue. I don't think you need to change it. Um, yeah, unless you're expecting users to potentially call back. I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility. Um, yeah, so for this, I'm thinking like probably we also need one other piece to this, which I haven't tested yet, and that's the testing jobs or job status. You need to figure out like how to get that done. Let me put that back. So you need to figure out how to get that piece done because we're going to be polling or maybe using webhooks, probably polling the API just to see like what the status is on the different calls. And take a quick break, and then we'll come right back. All right, I'm back. Quick bathroom break. All right. So I think before diving into the UI, the way I want to go about doing this is probably going to be using Lovable. But even before then, we need to come up with some sort of design doc, just so that we have pretty clear requirements for what it is that we want to do. Um, so the way I've done this before, and it's worked pretty well, is let me see. So I'm gonna open up a project in Cursor where I have this sort of approach set up in Cursor rules. And I found this off Twitter somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but um, yeah, I found it to be super useful. And I've actually I don't have this as some sort of boilerplate, but I've been meaning to set this up anyway. So maybe now's a good time to just set that up on its own project, and then we'll be able to use it for any new project that I want to start working on. So I'm gonna head to projects and then just boilerplate. So I guess you could boilerplate with Next.js, which is what I typically use, or it could be something else. But if it's gonna be Next.js, so npx create next app at latest, and then just call it boilerplate. Share TypeScript. No. Yes. No. Okay. Sure. No. These are the defaults I typically go with. Maybe you can ditch TypeScript as well, actually. I haven't tried. Um, Generally, I feel like the error messages are helpful, especially when you use it in the context of Cursor, because it has that auto lint feature which automatically fixes issues. So I think generally it's helpful, and I don't feel like it slows me down. Um, but I don't know to what extent like it actually fixes issues. So git init. Oh, it's already initialized, so um, nothing to commit. So it creates an initial commit. All right, so now let's open this up by spelling cursor properly. So my goal here is create a cursor rules file. So I'm going to add the cursor rules. Okay. And this is what that looks like. I'm just really copy pasting from another project that I had. And then there's a context folder where I'm going to include the coding style. So coding, and this is actually referenced in the cursor rules. So you can see that it mentions the context folder here, and then there's coding style, writing good interfaces. So coding style.md, that's what the file name needs to be. And then writing good interfaces.md. I don't know if that's as important because like we're not going to be using APIs. Okay. Interfaces. We're not using Java or Python, but I don't know how to modify these examples to, maybe I can just have it like have cursor take care of that. I don't know. I don't know if it's worthwhile. Anyway, there's also coding style, which for some reason, oh, coding style. There's design doc. Okay, so design doc as well. Okay, cool. All right, so this is it, I think. You'll also have a design folder, which it can create by itself, so it's not necessary that you do this. But you'll see it mentioned in here, which is store this under design. So, or maybe call it at design so that it's consistent with, I mean, just so that it shows up at the top, actually. So call that at design. All right, so you leave it empty because it's going to create the design doc and it's going to put it inside there. So that's going to be, so first it figures out the problem statement, then the design document, and it creates the design document and then it saves it inside this at design folder. And that's it. So let's save that. So let's add everything. Add so I'm gonna call this boilerplate. I guess I could just um, so repositories. Just gonna create a repository here. Next.js cursor boilerplate. Yeah, I'll make it public. All right. So Next.js cursor boilerplate dot git. All right, and then let's just push. All right, cool. So this project or this boilerplate I can use for any new project now. So yeah, that's useful. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate how this actually works. So in the case of our little project here, I want it to, so basically what we tell it is, before doing anything, create a design doc and then modify the design doc so that it's in, oh, I just remembered. So we need to include documentation as well. Where does it say? Relevant documentation for libraries. Okay, so you add that to context. I don't have a quick way. Do I have a quick way for setting up documentation? Because I'm thinking like Supabase specifically. I know you can do like at and then just mention whatever it is that you want. So Supabase, for instance. But Cursor's not very good at retrieving context. So, a good idea is to actually crawl the entire documentation site, save it as a markdown file, and then include it inside the context folder. That's that's something that you could do. In our case, so what I'm thinking of doing is I'm going to be using Lovable for creating the UI and integrating with Supabase. I'm not very familiar with Supabase, so I'm kind of relying on Lovable taking care of like doing all the backendy stuff in Supabase. But really, what I want to capture from this from this part is come up with a design doc that I can feed into Lovable, and then Lovable will be able to build it. So that's what we're trying to come up with is a design doc. So let's see. Let me just feed it whatever I can think of, and then just see where it goes. So I need help designing a new app that lets users specify numbers that they want to call, as well as a prompt for what information they want to get from the call or what action they want to take. And then a start calling button, which they can click in order to use VAPI, the VAPI API, to dial all of the numbers, extract the information that we need, and then report on progress in real time on the activity screen for each call, as well as the information extracted from each number that was dialed, if any, as well as an estimate of the overall running cost. Also include a hangout button on the activity screen that allows the user to terminate all ongoing calls uh, while there are still ongoing calls. Let's see. Is there anything else that I forgot? I actually shouldn't include references to Vapi. Oh, I don't have Vapi, so let me open up Vapi docs. Oh, it's docs.vapi.ai. Yeah, I guess just that. So, okay, so we're going to be using Vapi. We're going to be using Supabase. We're going to be using okay. So let me see. Is there anything else that we need here? Um, I think that's it, and it should ask us if anything is unclear. So there's an opportunity for back and forth. That's actually the whole point of this exercise. All right, let me create a design document that outlines the solution. And then the idea is that we will take a look at the design document, see what assumptions it's making. If those assumptions make sense, then we can keep them. If not, then we can tweak the design document before doing any of the coding. So it's forbidden from writing any code at this stage. We're just trying to nail the design document. And like I said, we're not even going to be using Cursor for actually building it. We're going to be doing that through Lovable. In my experience, that's just a better starting point. So up on Call Manager, Design Document, Build a Web Application. We should highlight the problem statement. Personally, I have a lot of issues with talking to people over the phone. It's time consuming, and sometimes I need to call a bunch of numbers, and it's just really annoying to have to do that manually and dial up each one individually and waste a lot of time. Also, when I need a product or a service, it's super annoying to have to uh, find all of the information that you need by calling each number individually. And then people are busy, people are just not available, and you have to call back some other time. It's just super annoying. The whole process is super annoying. Maybe in the future we could also retrieve the numbers ourselves using maybe Google Maps API. So that way you can just describe the product or service provider that you're looking for, and then it could find the numbers and then call them. And then once you get to whatever threshold you need, like maybe 3 or 5 responses, then at that point it would stop on its own instead of you manually having to intervene. But that's something that we could potentially include down the road in a version 2 of the product. Man, that's just so much talking, but hey, I mean, it's useful maybe. Yeah. It's probably helpful to mention that this is a consumer application as well, not a business application. We might create a business version of this application down the road, but for now, the use cases are focused on consumer applications. I don't know if that's relevant, honestly. I don't think it makes a big deal, but maybe it's just helpful for context. Um, or in phone trees. Okay, so the point is we're going to iterate on the design document. All right, cool. All right, potential business version for future reference. Okay. So let's take a look. Consumer focused application. Gosh, I don't like this theme. Oh, Monzo Rain Glow. That'd be, if there was a light version, that would be nice. I'm looking for a light version. Um, I could spend like half an hour trying to find the right theme, honestly. I think it's a disease. AU Light border. That's my go-to. I don't think that's AU Light. Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. So consumer-focused application solves everyday phone call hassles, common scenarios, finding the best price for a product, checking availability, comparing service quotes, verifying store hours. Oh yeah, making phone calls, time-consuming. Okay. Very nice. Very cool. For each call? No. Ah, for okay. So not each dialed phone number, but each sort of group of calls. Okay. Monitor real-time call progress, track costs, ability to terminate all. Okay. Oh, okay. Smart auto termination once sufficient responses. Okay. Very nice. Oh, I love this. Okay. Okay. All right. Very cool. I like this. So Next.js, TypeScript, Supabase, blah blah, Voice API, React Query plus. I'm not even sure if this is necessary. Okay. Create campaigns, pending. Okay. Oh, okay. Vapi call ID. I assume it checked Vapi. Like, did it research Vapi? Okay. I see Supabase, like a lot of Supabase stuff. Oh, there's Vapi too. Okay. All right. Cool. Form to input campaign name, text area, file upload for. No, we don't need file upload. It's just text area for phone numbers. Prompt editor, cost estimate display, start campaign button. Of bulk pasted numbers, assuming that's coming from. Okay. Real time status for each call, progress bar, running cost tracker, extracted information display. Okay. Emergency stop, export results. Oh, and that's nice. That's nice. Okay. API design. Actually, don't need an API. We actually don't need an API for this. And since we're going to be using Next.js, we should default to using server actions anyway, rather than using an API. Okay. I don't know if Lovable works well with Next.js. Lovable. There are a lot of people talking about Lovable, and my experience, like, it was overhyped in the beginning. Honestly, I tried it and it was rubbish, but maybe I didn't know what I was doing. And based on Vite and React at the moment, okay, all right. So maybe we don't use Next.js and we instead tell it to use Vite and React at the moment. Okay. Actually, instead of using Next.js, we're going to be using Vite and React. Okay. Cool. That's good to know. Let me just make sure the stream is still going on. Oh, 9.4% dropped. Oh, I think it's the VPN. Like, let me just disconnect VPN. But then it might stop the stream. Oh, no going back now. We're just gonna have to keep it. Cool. All right. So routes. Okay. Change tech stack. Replace server actions with client-side functions and hooks. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So a lot of stuff here. Use campaign calls. Blah blah. Real-time updates. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Campaign creation UI. Phone number input validation. Activity screen. Okay, okay, here's a sample curl script that lets you place calls, and I'm just providing this as a reference so that you can use it when necessary. And this is basically just going to be the curl script that we just had. Yeah, that's this one. I'll update the design docs. Okay, yeah. Unit tests, load testing for concurrent calls for cell, Supabase, environment, monitoring setup. Man, this looks good. This is actually good. Like, I had to make some minor tweaks, but this is actually a really good start. Routes. So campaigns new and then campaigns ID. So this is a list of okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like when you first open up the app, yeah, it's going to show you a list of campaigns. And then this is really good. Wow. Okay, this is an amazing starting point. I feel like we've got, pretty much everything that we need. Is there anything else? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So numbers to call, prompt, start calling. You're going to see the activity. Yeah, I mean, great. This is it. Um, wow. Okay, I feel like we could just copy paste this right there into Lovable. Let's give it a shot. By the way, I'm subscribed to Lovable, so maybe yeah, maybe that's helpful. Um, public, private starter. Okay. Oh, I can do that. Okay, great, excellent. All right, let's go. You can use Lovable. You could probably get away with using Replit as well. Um, I haven't. I don't know. Maybe we should do like a head to head, Lovable versus Replit. I'm a big fan of Replit, but it's just so foreign to me. Yeah, I'm just so used to using my own IDE, and with Lovable that works because you can hook it up to GitHub, and then you can code locally. So I've done that before, and then that way I can. Sometimes Lovable really struggles with debugging, so that's where what I do is like I just clone it locally, hook up Cursor, and then just have Cursor take care of fixing any issues. Like debugging Cursor is amazing, so that's what I use it for. Whenever it gets like too icky in the like, I would probably just be way too claustrophobic to use Lovable if it didn't interface with GitHub and allow me to use Cursor, because I feel like I need to be able to eject and just deal with the code directly. Maybe I'm just a boomer. All right, this is really nice. This is really nice. Look, it's eager to start implementing phase one. See, it keeps mentioning that, right? Oh, maybe I can start implementing phase one. No, don't do it. Maybe I'll let you. Maybe it's worth a shot. But whoa, what? No way. I've created the initial version. The interface currently shows a list of campaigns. All right, if there's knowledge, context, or you want to include, set it below. Um, you can manage your Supabase project via the menu. So I wanted to give it a reference for VAPI, but okay. So here's where it would be useful to have something like, say, Firecrawl just capture, or maybe I could just, maybe I'm complicating this, right? Maybe I'm just complicating things here. All you need is, so calls, API reference, create call or list calls. Maybe I just need to copy paste the entire thing, right? Or do they have an LLMs thing? No, probably not. I mean, usually it would be like docs slash llms.txt, right? Oh, no way. Okay. Yeah, but This is just a bunch of links. I don't know if this could be helpful. Maybe, maybe it will. I'm just gonna paste it in here anyway. Kind of see if that. Oh, okay. External documentation or style guides. I don't know why it's including card group. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna keep that in there. Is that the right place to put it? I feel like it's overloading the. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so all right, that was anticlimactic. So yeah, I mean it figures. I guess I haven't hooked up Supabase. Um, create a new project. Yeah, I probably need to create a new project for this. Do you pay by project on Supabase? I don't know. I don't know. So what am I gonna call this? Voice dialer. Okay. Generate a password. All right, let's go. Okay. All right, cool. So now I connect it to voice dialer. Not active. Yeah, I think you need to wait a second. Is it still building? Oh, setting up. Yeah. Let's just wait for that. Okay. Um, okay. Well, we'll just wait a little bit more. Man, people these days just no patience. Unbelievable. Let me refresh and then connect. Okay. Okay. I think it's hooked up. Yeah, it's hooked up. Okay. You haven't created any tables. Just keep building. If you plan to have users log in, we highly recommend setting up authentication first. Okay. Bro, none of the pages work. Uh, okay. I don't know if it just implemented the entire thing one shot. Like, there's a reason you set up phases, right? So you actually get to verify what's going on. Okay. All right, so that's fixed. So I assume. Okay, I can see the UI, but none of the buttons work. Clicking on an existing campaign takes me to a 404, and I can't create a new campaign either. Please implement the first phase of the project. Okay, did it ignore the part where I told it to implement the first phase? We do have phases, right? Tech stack, okay. Key components, we've got routes, okay. And then real-time updates. Do we have phases? Environment variables. Yeah, phases here. Basic auth, campaign creation UI, phone number validation, prompt configuration. And then you do the VAPI stuff. Activity, emergency stop. Yeah, cool. I mean, okay, yeah, let's go. Why can't I say yes? What's going on? Ah, I've implemented the first phase. A campaign creation form with fields for name and AI instructions. Okay. All right. Yeah. I don't think you need a name. You could probably AI generate the name. Um, AI instructions. Okay. So, and okay. I mean, that's what we're going to use to. I'm just going to copy paste this in here. Let's create the campaign. Okay, so maybe it's disabled until you actually interact with the UI. Very interesting. Let's implement Supabase integration. I don't know if this is too low level. I mean, like telling Lovable exactly what SQL commands to run. Was that a good idea? I don't know. I didn't even check, actually, the SQL commands. I just glossed over the code. So campaigns, it's going to have a name, prompt, status, phone number, status, call ID, extracted data, cost. Okay. Yeah, seems reasonable. All right. Integrated Supabase client. I don't even know what the error is. So these are hard coded, huh? Hmm. I'm not even sure what happened with the campaign we created. It's not showing up here. Yeah, error is resolved. Okay, so maybe we try again. Let's create. Ooh, okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. All right. Why is it called product price check? It's pretty weird. What? It's called product price check? There's got to be something wrong here. Is it not hooked up to the database? Yeah, but it. Yeah, the create campaign button works, but when it creates the campaign, it ignores all of the data that I've entered and just shows me the product price check campaign with some hard coded results. Yeah, okay. Mock data. All right. Very nice. Okay. Do I need to refresh? Okay, how about we ditch all mock data, even on the campaign screen. So the campaign's index page should not show any mock data, only show the database records. Oh, am I supposed to try something? That's why it wouldn't let me. Why is it a stop button? Okay. Ah, it's showing me the same stuff, like mock data, right? Okay. I think it needs a refresh. I'm not sure what happened. Why won't it let me click through? Hello? Yeah, no kidding. It doesn't exist. Okay. Why can't I? I can't chat with the thing? I think it's waiting for me to test. Okay, now can I send a message? No? Guys, come on. Refresh. Is it because I have uBlock here? No way. I don't need the WebSocket thing. Come on. Hello? What's wrong with this button? Why won't it let me send? Why is it disabled? Cursor not allowed? Okay. Needs to be not disabled. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. I mean, this is exactly why, I keep saying you can't just rely on a web-based editor, man, because you get stuck. What is this? Is it responsive? Not very. Okay, let's give it a refresh. This is so frustrating. Oh. Oh, it was enabled for a second and then. Oh, man. I can't send messages. Why can't I send messages? I'm subscribed. Where am I? Okay. 8 messages. Doesn't say anything about not being subscribed. I am subscribed. So transfer this repository to collaborate and edit your code. We don't keep a copy. Handle your repository carefully to avoid losing your work. Okay, yeah. See, well, you want to hook it up to GitHub, right? So you rename the project. Call Gizmo. Call it Voice Dialer. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to transfer this to my GitHub. Oh, very nice. Okay. So I can send. Oh, will you look at that? I can send now. After connecting GitHub? Do you think that had anything to do with it? Hmm. Okay. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. Would you look at that? So we can see the test campaigns that we created. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So this was one of the campaigns. Why are the AI instructions? The AI instructions are still hard coded. Remove all mock data from the entire repository. What? AI instructions, yo. Bro, I'm seeing. That must be hard coded. There's another component. Okay. So maybe that was hard coded when I created it. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. There we go. No, but it shows up there. Like you can see it here. Bro, it's on the campaign details page. On the main index page, the AI instructions show up correctly, but on the campaign details page, it shows this PlayStation 5 crap. Yeah, you just said you checked the campaign details page. Liar. Okay, there we go. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, finally. Finally. I think we're ready for phase two now. What was phase two? So, basic authentication. Do we have basic authentication? I don't think so. There's also no way to delete campaigns. Hmm. Maybe that's in another phase. It doesn't seem like there's any way to delete a campaign. Can you please add that? And that's just the neat freak in me, you know? I want to get rid of the noise. So I'm just going to delete. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Campaign details. Where's that delete button? Nice. Very nice. Okay. Got it first try. I like it. Oh, there we go. All right. Very nice. Cool. I think amazing. Let's. We haven't done authentication, by the way. Um, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do that first. Hello? Did you forget the initial prompt? Oh, wow. Okay. Um, I noticed you're excited to report. Oh, wow. Okay. You just completely forgot. I mean, this. Maybe you should. Okay, yeah. Maybe this is information that you should include inside. Where's the knowledge? Where's the knowledge? Attach? No, you don't want to attach anything. Um, where's. Okay, is it. I swear I saw this somewhere. Where's the knowledge? Ah, there it is. So maybe include that right there at the top. Okay. Okay. So um let's add authentication before proceeding with phase 2. Or rather, let's finish up phase 1. I think we still need to include authentication. Man, authentication would be a great thing to include in a boilerplate. You know, something where you just put in your Google whatever login keys and then it just works. Oh, email password. Okay, even better. So you don't have to worry about Google, whatever. Avoid if the stream is working. Put in your Google whatever login keys and then it just works. Oh, it does work. Okay. Tarun Sirapurapu. Keep going. Thanks, Tarun. Really appreciate it. Oh, by the way, I just completely ignore the chat usually. And I apologize for that. But I don't know, man. I feel like I don't have the attention span. Maybe I should check in every now and then. Anyway, um, right. So test at test.com. Password. Let's see. No way. Really? Invalid? Okay. Really? No, don't save it. Leave me alone, one pass. How do you can you disable it? Oh, maybe that's too violent. You probably don't want to disable the thing. Yeah, I'll just turn it off for now. I don't even know if that's maybe Supabase. Just what? What are you talking about, Google? Anyway, let's create that account. Oh, oh, no way. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's actually impressive. So it knows that test@test.com is a fake email address. Really? Wow. That's impressive. But the real crazy thing would be if I actually got an email because I didn't set up anything. Maybe that's a Supabase thing. It just sets it up for you. No way. Could it just work? I got an email. Oh, what? Check it out. Confirm your sign up. Follow this link to confirm. Wow. Okay, that's disappointing. Oh, localhost. Okay. Um, I assume we just need to replace localhost 3000 with this. Wow. Okay. Let's refresh. Oh, yeah, we need to sign back in. So, oh, wow. No way. Authentication just like that. I literally just said, hey, add authentication. Here you go. Wow. That's very impressive. Um, I think the URL thing would be fixed automatically. Maybe. I don't know. We'll need to test it once we actually deploy it to a real domain. All right, cool. So I think that's it for phase one. Let's proceed with phase two. Bro, this is too easy. This is too easy. I feel like I'm not doing anything. I need to be doing more. I can't just be sitting here telling it, oh, you should go ahead. Oh, yeah, go ahead to phase two. Is this what it's come to? Is this what developers are now? We just sit there telling it what to do? I'll help guide you through phase two implementation. According to the design document, phase two focuses on campaign management. Okay. Would you like to add phone number validation? Oh, you're saying we already finished phase two? Prompt configuration? Oh, we already did that. Phase three it is. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize we'd already finished phase two. How about we proceed to phase three now? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've already got a VAPI API key, so you can just proceed with implementing whatever makes sense. But I want to finish the entire phase. Bro, bro, this is too easy. This is nuts. Once you've added your VAPI API key, let me know and I'll proceed. Okay, so, oh no, it takes me to the VAPI API key page and then add API key. All right, maybe I should do this like on the other screen, right? Just give me a sec. Give me a sec. Let me pull up the VAPI API key. Um, yeah, okay. Let me just paste in here. Oh, there's my trusty API key. All right, and let's paste it here. Okay, API keys added successfully. Oh, it does this too. How nice. How nice. Saves me a click. All right, do it. Do it. Come on. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Very nice, very nice. Oh, why have I got the whole screen here? I just need this, right? Okay. Come on, what's taking so long? The complete phase 3 will start by creating the VAPI client and adding the necessary functionality for outbound calling. Okay. You know, part of me thinks like it's actually a waste of time to be creating consumer applications when the real money is in B2B applications, right? And maybe that's what you should be doing, right? But man, like the competition there is insane. There's so many people working on B2B applications for all sorts of verticals. And maybe that's okay. Like maybe there's a geographic angle, so I can focus on businesses in like the Middle East region, basically taking the same playbook that other more established companies are using in the US and applying it to this region. Maybe that works. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I've reviewed the SQL. Okay. What's a policy? Oh, I don't I don't understand what that's about. I was thinking this stream would only take like an hour. Uh, but since we're in the flow here, API keys? Thought I already did that. I have that already. Let me just go ahead and paste it. Actually, these aren't secrets. I don't know why it's treating them like secrets. So assistant ID is this, and then phone number ID, that's this. Yeah, that button's super annoying. What comes next? So phase 3. Oh, that's a bulky one. Like phase 3 is the big one. And then you have phase 4. activity screen, cost tracking, emergency stop. So this is for an ongoing campaign. Yeah, that's a big one. Like phase 3 and phase 4 are really chunky ones. Okay. Yeah, let's fix it. Oh, now there's a play button. Okay. So start playing the campaign. RPC call. Wow. Part of me is hesitant to use Lovable because of their deep Supabase integration. And like I said, I know nothing about Supabase, very little. Um, so what if like some sort of error happens in production and then you don't really understand the entire backend, right? Is that a is that just a problem waiting to happen? I don't know. And then I think to myself, all right, maybe I'm just overthinking this, right? Maybe that's a good problem to have. And when it gets to that, you can figure it out. I mean, you still have a brain. Your brain is still there. Just because you're not using it or you're relying entirely on AI to build stuff, it doesn't mean that your brain doesn't exist. It exists. It's just slowly deteriorating due to lack of use. That's probably what's happening. Let's be real. That's probably what's happening to everyone. That's that's the risk you run, right? I mean, if you're using AI, unless you like spend a little bit of time each week just handwriting code, maybe, maybe, maybe that way you'll be able to maintain your skills. And people think that code is actually just a proxy for thinking. Um, PG, says this about writing, that writing is really just a proxy for thinking. Um, and maybe writing code is just a special case of a more general rule that writing anything is a proxy for good thinking. So yeah, maybe you just need to write more. So have AI write the actual code, and you just write text. Like you write maybe high level plans or thinking, like strategy, a good design doc maybe. But even AI is doing that. So what are you writing? So even though AI can write, maybe what the flow that you need to get into is not writing for the sake of generating text, but writing as a way for extracting information from your brain, or thinking about different paths and trying to preempt problems. Maybe. And then, so when it comes to writing, maybe the right way to go about this is to actually use AI as a checking step rather than a generation step. So you do the actual generation, and then use AI to see if there are any missing, any holes in your thinking, and try to address those. So that way you actually close the feedback cycle. There is actually a feedback cycle, and that makes your brain sharper. That actually makes sense. Maybe that's the approach that we should be taking. I don't know. I want to experiment with that a little bit. Okay, I'm just pressing fix and, waiting. That's basically what I'm doing at this point. Yeah, I mean, you could easily just get operator to do this stuff. Maybe I should. Maybe I should get operator to do this. Maybe operator should be doing this. Yeah, that'd be funny. Get operator to create it. Man, we're still getting that error. Something to do with RPC. What is it doing on this page? Why is it loading? Like, is it actually doing something? I'm not seeing anything happen. Okay, it's obviously struggling. See, this is what I talked about like earlier with Lovable's having issues debugging issues. Sometimes it just gets stuck, and yeah, it just gets stuck in a loop. Like I could be pressing this button over and over and over, and nothing happens. So usually what I do in this situation is I just eject the code. I mean, eject sounds fancy. Really, just I'm just cloning the code locally, and then um, asking Cursor to take over and fix whatever bugs exist. Okay, I don't understand any of this stuff. Hmm. Okay, this is not getting anywhere. Oh, a different error. That's good. That's good. So long as it's a different error, I'm okay with that. It's just the same error over and over again is a problem. No, that's the same error. That's the error that I keep getting. All right, so I think this is a good time as any to clone this project and try to debug it locally. So, um, oh, I didn't add the design folder. Anyway, so git clone. What is this called? Voice dialer? So let me just make sure All right, so last was okay, just now. This commit addresses these errors. Yeah, sure it does. Okay, so fire it up. Um, yeah, we don't need this anymore. Let's take a look at so I think the first thing that we need to do is set up Supabase. So Supabase, how do you do this? Is it init or link? Supabase link. Okay. Temp. Okay. So how do we test this? So we need to open up. Um, there's like an initializer for Supabase. I think it's integration Supabase client. Okay. Yeah. So I would just need to update this to localhost. So maybe just do npmi first. Fire up Docker. Okay, this is probably the time when my computer is just going to grind to a halt. Okay, and then we do Supabase local. Is that what it is? No. Start. Oh, we also need to do Supabase functions start, I think. If we have functions. Do we have functions? Yeah, we do. Of course. Oh, we need, and probably a good time to stop the stream and then pick it up later. Um, who knows? Maybe a little rest will help Lovable gather its bearings and then, properly tackle the issue next time. Or otherwise. Oh, actually, wait a second. I came across this snippet. Reflect on 5 to 7 different possible sources of the problem, distill these down to 1 to 2 most likely sources, add logs, and then implement the actual code fix. Okay. Okay. Try to start a campaign. All right, let's do that. What? There's no such thing as fault settings. Okay. The campaign functionality should be ready to work. You can test creating and managing campaigns through the interface. I just realized I haven't actually added any phone numbers, so how is it going to run the campaign? Bro, I haven't added any phone numbers to the campaign. How are you supposed to be running it? Okay, I really need to get up and stretch. See what's going on with Docker. What? Port is already allocated. Try stopping the running project. I don't have a running project. Okay. So I guess what you want to do is probably delete this campaign and then create a separate campaign. And then provide some phone numbers. So maybe I'll put. Hmm, okay. How am I going to test this? Maybe I should move this off to the side. Okay, done. Oh man, we have the same errors. Is it the same error? I didn't check. Failed to call URL. Oh man, come on. Okay. All right, this is super frustrating. So, stop Supabase local development, local data are backed up. Use Docker to show them. What was the command I ran earlier? Supabase start. Let's go. Failed to start. That's a shock. Oh, this is gonna take forever. Again, like it's probably gonna take like another 15 minutes. Okay. Okay. All right. Definitely need to get up and stretch. Oh. All right. I'm gonna stop the stream here. Oh man, 15% dropped frames. This must be a horrible viewing experience. Anyway, it's probably because of the VPN and the fact that I have Docker running locally while I'm streaming and sharing my screen. Okay. Anyway, I'll put you all out of. It actually worked. It actually worked. Is it running? Started. It says started. So the API URL. Huh. Interesting. So it is working, right? Maybe. I mean, isn't supposed to show me localhost? Is that localhost 3000? Would that one? No. I don't know where the URL is. I mean, it says started, but studio URL? DB URL? What is this? I don't understand what this is. All right, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna stop the stream here, and then we'll continue some other time. Adios.